Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm George. Today's video is all about the par 5s and how you can play them better. It was still a very tough putt. Very good drive, by the way.
That's where knowing your distances and your game comes in really clutch. But I knew a pitching wedge was not going to fly.
Since it is Masters Week, I thought it'd be fun to give you guys some of my tips and some of the tricks that have helped me over the years and the stuff that I've learned that's really helped me play the par 5s a lot better. So let's get in the video. Let's go to hole number 2 and let's hopefully get you guys better at this par 5 scoring. Let's go. All right, as we head to the second hole, tip number 1, play to your strengths. For me, my strength is my driver. So this hole on paper, or as you guys can see, it might not look like drivers to play because there's trees that you got to carry it over, and it might look like, oh, why don't you just hit 3-wood or hybrid around it? Well, my driver is my best club, and by me hitting driver, it opens up the left side of the fairway and gives you a way shorter shot in. And since it's my strength, I know my miss. Now, it's not a 100% case, but my miss is to the right with my driver. Therefore, if I do hit a driver and I do hit my miss, it's gonna be in the right trees. I chip it out, hit it on the green, I still have a good chance of making birdie. So therefore, by me knowing it's my strength, I can play this hole a little more aggressively and hit it down there where I have a wedge or a short iron into this par 5. Now, if this hole were a little bit longer, let's say it's 550. Well, if I hit driver over the trees, it allows me to have, you know, a mid iron in, where if I have to hit 3-wood or hybrid around, you know, I might not be able to get there. So play to your strengths is mildly important, and I know some people, it might not be driver, it might be hybrid on this hole, but it's really important to know your strengths and play to them and trust them. Let's go. All right, so here we go. We got 123 into the wind, about a 130 shot, but there's a false front in front of this pin. We don't want to mess around with that, so we're going to air about 5 to 7 yards long, play about a 140 shot, honestly. Land a little behind the hole, spin it back, and it should be just a good full pitching wedge. Let's go.
Great shot, pumped about that. But here's the false front I was talking about. If you land it short, spin it back, you're chipping from an awful lie to a pretty tough shot. That's where knowing your distances and your game comes in really clutch, because I knew a pitching wedge was not going to fly over that mound. And if anything, it lands a little bit long, spins back, and we still have a look at eagle, which is honestly a little better shot than I thought I was going to hit. So I'm pumped about this. Putt snap. But hey, that's a good birdie. I mean, yes, I wanted the eagle, but birdies are good. -1, -2s are good. Next hole, maybe the eagle. Also, I get it. It's probably not going to be 5 tips to lower your par 5 scoring or 3 tips. No, it's just going to be an accumulation of all the stuff I've kind of learned over the years, and if it's 3, if it's 7, I'm not sure, but I really do believe these tips are going to help me actually hear him again, but also I really feel like you guys can lower your par 5 scoring by applying these to your own games. All right guys, taking a break in the action to talk about the sponsor and partner in today's video, Mack Weldon. Really excited to have them back on board because their gear on the golf course is amazing, but also off the course, it's amazing as well. On the golf course, the shorts are perfect. The length are perfect, the colors are perfect. Super stretchy material, the pockets are great. But off the golf course, if sweatshirts and sweatpants are your thing, the Ace sweatpants, perfect. Perfect for lounging. Yeah, honestly, just really enjoy wearing all of their products. And for me, having long legs, I always struggled finding the shorts that had the right size, the right fit, the right length. So these are perfect. They're not too short, they're also not too long, so highly recommend. And for 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com/BryanBrosGolf and enter Bryan Bros Golf into the code to get 20% off your first order and be looking right for this spring. All right guys, go get you some Mack Weldon, and now back to the action. Let's go. Now, hole number 10, 510-yard par 5, downhill, a good one. This one's 100% based on the drive. You gotta hit a good one here. Into the wind here. That's big. Into the wind. Whew. Hitting it solid is most important in the wind, so let's go. Come on, let's go.
All right, here we go. The drive, very good drive, by the way. 168 yards, adjusted to about 178 with wind and slope. That leads us to our next point, stay in position as long as possible. Now, what does that mean? Thanks for asking. No, that means basically leaving yourself in position to, like if you were to miss, or where would be the best and easiest place to get up and down for birdie. For this hole, that means short left is where you want to be. If you go anywhere past this pin, basically impossible to get up and down. So we're gonna be trying to like not play for eagle, not try to like take the aggressive right at it. We're gonna be trying to play 30 feet short left because ultimately I would rather be 20 yards short and left of this green or short of this pin than being 1 yard past it. So that's the tip. Like I know it's easy to go flag hunting and pin hunting, but like the objects of golf is making birdies. Eagles are great. Now where can you make the birdie as easy as possible? On this hole, I mean short left, so that's what we're gonna do. 168, 178, which I'm gonna play about a 170 shot and see what happens. Nice. Oh. See? I mean, yes, I'm a little past pin high, and again, golf, you don't always pull the shots off, but the wind stopped. And if I would have tried to plane that what I thought was the correct yardage, it goes over the green. So my game plan, my decision making allowed that ball to, even with the wind laying down, to be pin high. Oh. Hey, but that's a birdie. Stress-free birdies are good. One more to go. Also, you guys notice how fast that putt was. Even though I had 15, 20 feet, it was from the incorrect position, or I would not want to be putting from there for birdie. I would like to be below this hole. So it was still a very tough putt. If that putt doesn't hit the hole, I'm probably 8 feet past. So I'm glad the hole got in the way, but you guys saw that it's a fast putt, and short is definitely better than long. Now, hole 13 is one, again, another short par 5, but it's gonna test you a little bit. Oh, fancy seeing you guys there. All right, the final par 5, hole number 13. Again, very short par 5, 450 downwind, but this is gonna be kind of like a twofer. The first being manage your expectations and really try to not get too out in front. And what I mean by that is, as golfers, as humans, we have a tendency to like look ahead. Okay, a 450 yard par 5 downwind, you're like, oh my God, I gotta make eagle. Well, as soon as you start thinking that, you hit the duck hook left or the big block, you end up scrambling for par. So what you just gotta treat this like any other golf hole. Yes, it's easy, but just like, okay, pick my target, hit my shot, and commit to it. That's all we can do. Don't worry about making eagle. Don't worry about making birdie. So just don't get out in front of yourself. Number 2 on this hole is, if you're gonna play aggressive, you gotta just sack up and play aggressive and deal with the consequences. Like this hole, probably should be hitting hybrid, but I'm gonna be hitting driver because I wanna get as far up there as possible. I'm driving it well, I've got confidence. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick an aggressive line, we're gonna commit to it, and whatever happens, happens. And I know it might be confusing because I just said, oh, stay in the hole as long as possible on the last tip, but you are allowed to play within your strengths, and my strength is driving, so I'm not gonna take that out of the bag just because it might fit better to hit hybrid or it might be a safer play. No, you gotta play to your strengths. So that's what I'm gonna do, I'm hit driver here. And guys, that's one of the things, like I took the aggressive club, but I made sure I committed. I went through my routine. I was really, I know there's not a turn, there's nothing on the line, but like still, I don't want to hit one left for you guys. And so I made sure to just like go through my check marks, like, okay, I have a good target, I'm feeling good. Just make a swing and commit to it and be aggressive. Regardless if you're nervous or not nervous, just know that, you know, I'm a good driver of the golf ball. It's one of my strengths, and rest in that. And so I think that's one thing for you guys out, this is not a par 5 tip, but like in general, know what your strength is, and regardless of how weird you feel, know that, now you're not gonna always pull it off, but just know that you're gonna do it. Be confident that you're gonna hit the shot. So we're gonna have a good wedge or 9 into this par 5, but we're gonna have to take my piece of advice from the last hole and really make sure I'm below this hole and stay in position, because this is a gnarly pin placement. This is a downhill one. We got downwind, 140 adjusted shot. You can't go long. So we're just gonna play a smooth pitch and wedge.
really try to be short and a little left of this pin because that's, you'll see it up there. Tugged it just a hair. Oh, I'm on that back. Okay, so I know I'm right here, like chipping back up the hill, missed the green, but like if you're right at this pin, if you're right up there, you legitimately put it back this way. So we're chipping uphill. We have a honestly very makeable chip, way more so than like if I was even 15 feet right at that pin. Not my best chip, but I mean, it's fine. Yeah, birdie putt. Well, guys, that's 3 par 5s out here at Aiken. Yes, they're very easy. Don't worry about the length or whatever, but I played them 3 under. I did exactly what I had to do. Now, given the wind and some of the clubs, 4 under would have been a great goal, but anytime you can make 3 birdies on par 5s, that's great in my opinion. All right, what I wrote down for a recap is play to your strengths, stay in position as long as possible. Don't get ahead of yourself, and if you play aggressive, just commit to it. So use these tips, go dominate the par 5s, because honestly, playing par 5s can, just as simple as playing them 2 under or 1 under, or even heck, even par over the course of a tournament, are really gonna improve and lower your score. So subscribe to the channel if you don't already, like the videos, let's dominate par 5s, let's go. See you next time.